With the movies that come out now, like The Hunger Games, that are so full of action, violence, and amazing special effects, it's hard for most people to sit through a silent movie. We're so used to movies being a certain way that it's pretty easy to lose interest when watching any silent film. Even though I'm not a huge fan of silent movies, I've seen a few that are pretty bearable and rewatchable. For example, Buster Keaton's 1926 movie The General. First off, what makes this film pretty impressive is the fact that Buster Keaton not only stars in it, but he also is the director, producer, and writer. This movie also stars Marion Mack. This movie is about a Western and Atlantic Railroad train engineer, Johnny Gray, played by Buster Keaton, who has two loves, his train, the General, and his fiancée, Annabelle Lee. The American Civil War begins. Annabelle tells him that he needs to enlist in the army. However, when Johnny goes to sign up, he is rejected because he is seen as too valuable as a train engineer. Once Annabelle finds out that Johnny didn't end up enlisting, she thinks it's because he's a coward and tells him that she will not speak to him again until he's in uniform. Some time passes and Union spies plot on stealing the General. Their plan is successful when Johnny and his passengers get off the train to have dinner. Annabelle happens to be on the train when it is stolen and becomes a prisoner. This results in a long pursuit to get back both the train and Annabelle. The reason I consider this movie a classic is because it contains a variety of everything. It has some comedy. Buster Keaton's character is somewhat of a goofball, but at the same time, he isn't a complete idiot. He's clumsy at times, but still manages to come up with a plan to get his two loves back. In addition to the comedy, there is a train robbery, resulting in an ongoing chase that takes up a good portion of the movie, between Johnny attempting to chase after the General, and once he gets it back, the Union spies chasing after him. I found the film to be pretty fast-paced. Every few minutes, something different was happening during the chase. For example, when Johnny first realizes the train has been taken, he first chases after it on foot, then by handcar, and then bicycle. Along with the train robbery, this film contained an element of the damsel in distress. The twist, though, is that Annabelle was rescued halfway through the movie, not towards the end like you would expect. She also helped Johnny with getting the train back, which is not something the leading woman character does. Typical woman characters in silent films normally are helpless and need to be rescued and saved by the protagonist's male lead. But with the General, the movie was more about rescuing the train than Annabelle, and once she is back with Johnny, she is a major help to him. Lastly, the stunts done in this film are amazing, especially the ones done by Buster Keaton. There is one scene in particular where he is sitting on the front of a moving train. It clearly is him and not a stunt double. The different stunts definitely added to the film and made it more watchable.